Welcome to a brand new episode of What's New at the Zoo with Jim Bartoo. I'm Devon O'Day.
I'm Jim Bartoo.
I'm so glad to be. This is one of my favorite times of the year to be at the zoo because we kick off something that is so brilliant. It's a nighttime experience.
Brilliant is a really good word for it because that's exactly what it is. It's zoolumination. It's all of these giant sculptures that are all lit from the inside. They're very colorful. They're massive structures. This year, our theme has a lot of butterflies and gardens with flowers and huge insects like praying mantis, and we also have some chameleons that are out here and orangutans and all different kinds of animals that you can see as you're walking along a big mushroom forest that's bigger than you are, and of course just some of these massive structures that you're going to find out on our festival field as well. It really is, I think, the best zoolumination that I've seen in terms of the sculptures that you're going to see this year. Yeah.
It's so beautiful when you realize that each of these, over a metal frame, it's silk. Mm-hmm. And every piece of silk is hand painted. The airbrush artist.
That's right.
They have a special airbrush artist that brushes these on. And then you have the electronics people who put the lights on the inside. And then you have the animatronics people who make some of them move.
Oh, yeah.
It's just incredible. And to watch kids now, the expression on the kids' faces.
Oh, they're fascinated with it, particularly when they walk up and see one that's like 40 feet high. They just can't fathom the size of it when you walk around and see these things. It really is fantastical to come out and see this event.
That's a good word too, fantastical.
That's right.
Brilliant.
Yeah. It's marketing. We make up words all the time in marketing. It's fantastical.
I love it. And if you want the traditional Christmas feel, there is a special Santa Claus village, right?
That's right. Santa Claus will be starting to make his appearance right after Thanksgiving, so on the 29th, and he's, going to be here seeing people up through the 24th, and then, he's got some business he needs to do that night, and then he'll be gone after that because he's got to hightail it back to the North Pole and get started for Christmas next year. But he will be available nightly if you want to go and visit Santa Claus up in our North Pole village. And what I really want to tell you about what's new this year and very exciting is we're going to have an ice rink this year that you can skate to. So you'll be able to skate at night. It's the Smashville Ice Rink. The Predators made this happen for it. It's presented by the Nashville Predators. And it's a beautiful, huge ice rink that you'll be able to ice skate on while you're out here as well. So a brand new environment. You could bring your own skates, and do a lot of people in Nashville have their own ice skates?
I don't know, but
like having your own snowshoes.
Can you rent them here, though? I mean,
you can rent them.
Good.
The rental. The cost of skating is included. The rental is included with the cost of skating. Yeah. So you don't have to bring your own skates. We've got skates here.
Yeah, good. That's what I was wondering, because I don't think everybody has ice skates, but you can come here to the zoo and get that full experience. Well, what I do know the experience of, and I've gotten to see tiger cubs up close and personal and love on them, and the tiger cubs are amazing, and they're a year old.
They're a year old now, and you wouldn't guess it by looking at them because they're just about the size of their mom now at this point. Still very rambunctious and all over the place, but now they're huge. So they're getting up to be a year, and they're going to be around for a little while longer. I know that we're starting the process of trying to figure out where they're going to go next. And the AZA community, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, really kind of tracks all this. So they'll decide where the male's going to go. Bulan, he'll wind up going someplace and meeting his new mate, and then the two females will wind up going someplace else and meeting their mate as well. And they'll all go to a different place and start their own family and grow even more. And that's kind of the whole point. So we're really excited to see where they're going to go and where they're going to wind up, and we'll be sure to keep everybody informed on where they go.
Well, December 3rd is Giving Tuesday, and end of year giving is a big deal. And we want to encourage you to remember the Nashville Zoo, because they are nashvillezoo.org, which means they're a nonprofit.
501c3 organization, so we are a nonprofit organization, and we depend on donations and support from the community to be able to do what we do. People buy memberships, that goes to support us. Buy your tickets to the zoo, that supports us. But we also get a lot of people that donate to us. We have a monthly donation program now that I would encourage everybody to sign up for. It's not a lot of money, just a little bit. You can choose how much you want to donate, but it's periodic support, ongoing support for the zoo that really helps us do what we want to do.
And for nonprofits, that monthly, that just that little bit, that doesn't really hurt. I mean, that's the thing about it. You know, sometimes a big chunk might be a little difficult for somebody, but you go, I love the zoo so much, but I want to do something. Usually even the price of a cup of coffee, a nice coffee somewhere, you can say, I'm going to allot that every month. Or maybe it's the coffee for our family, or just always say, if you break it down like that, you say, I'm going to do a monthly to the zoo because we enjoy it so much.
And it adds up. You
It
know, for
really
us, it really
does.
helps. And we're able to provide outstanding programming for the community and for families and continue to provide a beautiful, safe environment for everybody. All of that really helps us when we get that kind of donation.
So when you see Giving Tuesday pop up on the calendar, just remember the Nashville Zoo, and that's nashvillezoo.org, and there's a perfect place there for you to donate, right?
That's right. That's right.
Oh my gosh, what else have we got coming up?
Well, it is the holiday season, and we know that people are out looking for gifts right now,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So I cannot tell you how great a zoo membership is as a gift. Let's say you've got, let's say you have grown children and they are married and have children of their own, and you're thinking, man alive, these are a lot of gifts I gotta buy for. You can buy a membership for an entire family, for your child and their spouse and all of the children underneath, a membership which they're able to take advantage of for an entire year and come out to the zoo. And it really is an affordable way to be able to give something to the entire family. And likewise, if you have a parent that likes to hang around your kids, they can get a grandparent membership as well and come out here and bring the grandkids. And I'm going to wink at this because you can get your mom or your dad to bring all of your kids out to the zoo on a very periodic basis and give you a little time to yourself. Grandparent membership takes care of something like that. We also have, if you're looking for something experiential, because I know experiential gifts are really kind of big right now, we have a backstage pass program. So you can buy
people have been asking about that.
Yep.
Yes.
You can buy certificates for a backstage pass program and go ahead and say, look, I bought you a giraffe experience. All you got to do is reach out to the zoo and set it up and go feed giraffes. Here it is. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, which is on the same time, right? I heard that Hanukkah and Christmas were happening at the same time this year.
Yeah, and then Happy Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa, that's right. Do it for all of those. Boxing Day, perfect gift for Boxing Day.
It's a
Go see
perfect-
kangaroos. You can go see kangaroos on Boxing Day.
Yeah, and open the pouch and see what they got. No, you don't do that. don't do that. Hey, we're coming up on a segment that you're gonna all love. Ain't nobody don't love good food, and they've got great food right where we're sitting here at the Screaming Gibbon Pizza Kitchen.
That's right. Chef Mike's coming up next. He's going to show us all kinds of stuff that I'm just already watering over.
I know, it smells so good in here. Stay with us.
You girls having fun?
Yeah, I'm going to key of my own pretty soon. Me too.
Good night, cute guy.
Good night.
Buckle up, Dad.
Are we there yet?
At Kia of Murfreesboro, we're here whether you're ready or not.
Well, we went all out for you this year, didn't we, little girl? Yep, we got you what you wanted with all the bells and whistles.
A brand new car?
Let's go check it out. Come on. We're here.
Oh my gosh, we're going to the garage. I got a car,
Yep, let's get in here. Let me show you what's going on.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Duggar, got your 18-SEER heat pump with your ultraviolet home treatment system.
I cannot believe it. Thank you.
Yes!
Give the gift of clean air this year. Merry Christmas from the Busy Bee family.
Nashville's Nutcracker returns to TPAC this December, presented by Nashville Ballet. This holiday season, audiences will journey with Clara and the Nutcracker Prince through Nashville's history and the land of sweets. Tickets at NashvilleBallet.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We are here at What's New at the Zoo with Jim Bartoo, and now we have Executive Chef Mike Ingram. And Jim, you tell us a little bit about where we are sitting right now.
We are in the Screaming Gibbon Pizza Kitchen, which is right across from our Gibbon exhibit.
And they're
if
screaming.
That's right. If you're here at the right time of day, you'll hear them screaming before you can come in for your pizza, or lots of other things that you can eat here as well. And that's why Chef Mike's here to kind of tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you can get here.
Chef Mike, you have outdone yourself. Okay.
Thank you.
This thing right here with the jalapenos on it. Oh my goodness. Can you see this?
Don't let it slide off.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm being very careful because it's waiting for me. Okay, it's got jalapenos. Is it drizzled with honey?
That's a ranch, buttermilk ranch dressing. This is the buffalo. It has shredded chicken, jalapenos, one of my favorite. And an option here, we have this gluten-free crust that it's baked on. It's really, really nice. It has Romano cheeses and all these cheeses and herbs built into the crust, actually.
Okay.
And it's my personal favorite. I can eat a whole one of these, but all this flour kind of sets me back.
Gotcha. So what's the base of a gluten-free crust?
No flour.
No, just no flour.
Now, yes.
Okay, all right. So it's just no flour. That's it. And it's replaced with cheese or.
They build cheese into the actual crust that we purchase.
Okay,
it's really a really good gluten-free crust.
Okay, for the traditionalists here, we've got like a lot of meat on this crust. It's got
pizza.
Sausage and pepperoni. Is that what?
Pepperoni, bacon. This is the carnivore, aka meat lovers. It's one of my favorite toppings. It's a hot Italian sausage. It's really good if you're really hungry and if you're a man.
You know,
I could tear that up.
That is awesome. That's awesome. It's what we call a traditional pizza, and it's got that nice crust on it, full of gluten, because that's what we like. And the salad is so fresh here. Oh my goodness! Where do you source your items from? I mean, are they local or?
We try to get most of our ingredients local. This is our Greek salad, tossed in a Greek dressing. It has chunks of feta cheese built into the dressing, so it's a really light, kind of summery type of salad. It's really good.
Okay,
and this looks like a French dip. Yeah, is that what that is?
That is correct.
Tell me a little bit about that.
We have the shaved corned beef, homemade horseradish sauce, au jus. It's melted with Swiss cheese, and we toast it in the toaster for about 30 seconds. And then we slice and serve, and it is divine.
Man, that looks really, really good. And now it looks like in front of me, you have purposely placed a couple of desserts.
Okay, this is our special today. It's the daily special. We call it the apple pie.
Okay.
Pizza pie. It has cinnamon apples, cinnamon apple filling, drizzled with caramel sauce, sprinkled with cinnamon sugar, and garnished with whipped cream.
So it's like an apple pie pizza.
Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. And this looks like cheesecake.
This is my favorite thing here at Screaming Gibbon.
Okay.
This is made by my prep chef, Jerry. It's world famous. It resembles a lot like a New York cheesecake. It's very creamy, very smooth. It's very elegant. It's got the nice graham cracker crust. It's excellent.
And these are made here daily? Every day we make those?
And
wow,
we feature this in our grab and go section. So when you're checking in, placing your order, we have certain items that you can grab and go and take it for the run. And we mix it up. Sometimes we'll do an Oreo. Sometimes we'll do a strawberry puree drizzle, raspberry. So we try and mix it up here every now and then, keep it fresh and exciting.
There's nothing like eating a triangle of cheesecake while you're walking around the zoo in case you want to grab and go. Just get a spoon and go out there and make all the gibbons out there jealous. They'll be staring at that.
Now, here's the thing that always gets me. When you go to a place like a zoo, you're not expecting fine dining like this. You're not expecting these kind of things. And for those of you that, just for a second, if you just have met Chef Mike, where were you a chef before here?
I've played around with J. Alexander's, Bricktops, ran the Viking cooking school for a minute, recently at Sperry's, and now I'm home and hope to retire here at the zoo.
Wow, that's
my
fantastic.
goal as a chef is to give people a food experience that they can take and say, wow, we got that food at the zoo.
That's
For me,
fantastic.
that's a success.
Now, we were talking earlier in the last segment about Zoolumination and how it's full on all the way through the end of the year. If people come out and back at night, is the Pizza Kitchen open at night?
Yes, we are.
And is it the same menu or is it a different?
Same menu. The only changes we make are in the Quill's kitchen.
Okay,
And that's
so
the Asian flair.
Right, yeah. For those of you who don't know, we have two restaurants here. There's the Pizza Kitchen, and then we have Quill's Cafe, which is right next door, and it has a whole other assortment of things that you can eat, including smash burgers, and then at night during Zoolumination, they have a lot of different Chinese menu options that you can go and choose from.
We're excited. Member preview is this Thursday, and then we kick off Friday night, and we're really excited.
You know, when it comes to going to the zoo and having a date night, there are all sorts of wonderful things that we've told you about. That it's not just the kid experience is awesome, but the big kid in you will really love coming to the zoo, and the food is fantastic. So make it a date night. It's going to be really romantic during
I got a story
Zoolumination.
about that just this morning. I was reading an email. Somebody had contacted us and said, hey, look, my girlfriend and I, our first date was out here at the zoo during Zoolumination last year, and I'm going to propose to her this year, and I'd love to do that out at Zoolumination. Can you tell me a little bit about that? And we try to help people when we can to do something like that, make it a little extra special, but we've seen a lot and heard from a lot of people who have their first dates out here and wind up getting together and getting married and having children out here and raising their children out here. It is truly kind of a touch point throughout your lives.
It's great.
Well, Chef Mike, thank you so much. This stuff all looks delicious. Now, what's the plan for this after we're finished with this segment?
You guys get to take it all.
I'm going to take, I'll take that and all of these. You can have the jalapeno one because I know you like that. I don't want to deprive you of stuff.
And see, one little piece, I think we can, why don't we share? Isn't that a nice thought?
Share it with the audience.
It is the month of sharing and the month of gratitude, and we're grateful for you, Chef Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So glad to see you guys again. Thank you.
Well, stay tuned. There's more to come on What's New at the Zoo with
Jim Bartoo. That was
Great.
quick. You threw it at me fast.
Well, we went all out for you this year, didn't we, little girl? Yep, we got you what you wanted with all the bells and whistles.
A brand new car?
Let's go check it out. Come on. We're here.
Oh my gosh, we're going to the garage. I got a car.
Yep, let's get in here. Let me show you what's going on.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Duggar, got your 18 SEER heat pump with the ultraviolet home treatment system.
I cannot believe it. Thank you.
Yes! Give the gift of clean air this year. Merry Christmas from the Busy Bee family.
You girls having fun?
Yeah, I'm going to keep my own pretty soon. Me too.
Good night, Kia guy.
Good night.
Buckle up, Dad.
Are we there yet?
At Kia of Murfreesboro, we're here whether you're ready or not.
Nashville's Nutcracker returns to TPAC this December, presented by Nashville Ballet. This holiday season, audiences will journey with Clara and the Nutcracker Prince through Nashville's history and the land of sweets. Tickets at NashvilleBallet.com.
He shoots and he scores!
Oh, we have zookeeper Arly with us, and you have this lovely snake named Candy. She kind of looks like Candy.
Yeah, so we actually have 4 corn snakes in our collection, and they all are named after corn. So we have Candy, corn, we have a cob, so corn on the cob, we have pop, so popcorn, and then we have a caramel, so caramel corn.
No kettle?
No, I think the next corn snake we get, we're gonna name it kettle corn.
We're gonna name
that
it
would
kettle
be
corn.
perfect. I can't think of anything else more fitting for a corn snake. I love it.
Now, corn snakes are not poisonous.
Yeah, so they're not venomous. They are constricting animals, so it means that they will kind of just coil tightly around their prey and asphyxiate and then swallow it whole. They do kind of resemble copperheads in some instances, which are a venomous native species, but
That's
these guys
really
are
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
and these are native to Tennessee.
They are, yeah. They can be found throughout all of the southeastern United States, so Kentucky, Tennessee, the Carolinas. Yeah.
Yeah, and first of all, tell me why it's called a corn snake.
Yeah.
Yes. So these guys have a kind of checkered underbelly. You can kind of see here. I don't want to flip her too much, but a little bit of a checkered underbelly there that kind of resembles maize or corn. They also are pretty commonly found around cornfields, so they have kind of become farmers' best friends because they do eat those pesky mice and rats that love to eat on harvested corn.
Yeah, and that's a really good point. I mean, I hear a lot of comments that the only good snake is a dead snake. Now,
I hate that.
Yeah, you have to understand that snakes are a vital part of our ecosystem.
Absolutely.
And they take care of rodents and bugs and lots of stuff that we don't want to have in our house.
Absolutely.
Right? Or even around our house.
Yeah.
So they take care of a lot of rodents, and rodents bring a lot of disease.
They do.
Snakes don't bring that kind of disease. You know,
Yeah.
you talk about salmonella, and that's true if you're handling them. But they're not dropping disease around in your house like rodents are. These guys are important to have around, so you really need to make sure you know what you're doing. If you're going to go out and approach a snake, just don't go out there with a shovel and just start hacking away at will. Leave them alone. They'll leave you alone.
Do they eat live prey here, or do you have freeze-dried?
So here we don't give them live prey. We do get shipments of like frozen mice and rats in bulk that we just thaw out the day before and feed it to them. So nothing live, but in the wild they would eat small rodents, so mice, rats, small birds, and some other small lizards maybe.
Right. And it's really important to know why we do that. Why is it that they don't get live prey?
Yeah, so it is a wild thing that happens in the wild, but it's not something humane that we want to do here. But also, anything that is alive would struggle whenever a snake is trying to eat it, so it could potentially injure the snake's mouth on the inside if the animal is struggling in there. So just to avoid any of that, we just give them some frozen mice. Some snakes are very particular because they would like their mice to be thawed, or not thawed, but warm before we give it to them. So sometimes we have to take the little extra measure of like putting it under a heat lamp so that it warms up just a little bit for them.
Put them in the
to, like,
microwave.
wanna
Don't
eat
do
it.
that.
Yeah, no.
Right, now this one is you see the tongue coming out, which is typical
Yeah.
of snakes. Tell us a little bit about what that snake's doing when he does that.
Snakes kind of perceive their environment a little bit differently than we do. So her flicking her tongue in and out like that is actually how she's smelling. So they don't really rely on eyesight as much as we do. They do rely mostly on that sense of smell. So her flicking her tongue in and out like that kind of catches scent particles from the air, and it brings it up to an organ called the Jacobson's organ. And that organ, we all have it too, but snakes use it a lot heavier and a lot differently than we do.
We have a Jacobson organ.
We do,
Where is it located?
We do. I
In
think
our
it's
reptile
in the
brain.
It's kind of, I think, over in the roof of our mouths.
Oh, okay.
So they'll bring it up to that Jacobson's organ. It kind of allows them to process their surroundings. And then if you look a little closer, you can kind of see that the end of the tongue is forked. So it has one side that's pointing towards the right, one side that's pointing towards the left, and that allows them to be able to tell which direction, for example, if they're looking for prey, which direction the smell is trailing to.
And how often do they get fed? That's another thing, is how often?
Yeah, so since they are ectotherms, which means that they have to rely on their ambient temperature to be able to regulate their internal metabolic processes. So because of that, they require sunlight to give them energy. So they don't have it like we do. So because of that, they have very slow metabolism. So these guys only eat about every 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so their food takes a lot longer to digest than ours, so they don't have to eat as often as we do.
Yeah, in a general sense, they need places like warm sidewalks and warm roadways and things like that to warm up on. So that's why you'll see snakes sometimes stretched out on a road or a bike path or a hiking area during some parts of the day, because that's what they're doing. They're warming their body up. They don't have the ability to do that themselves. They can't just go jog a mile and then be warmed up. They have to use external sources to make that happen.
That's why they're often also found kind of still, because they're trying to conserve the little energy that they have.
Right, yeah.
Do they bite? I mean, they're not venomous, but here's another thing. Do they bite?
So that is a great question. We like to say here at the zoo that anything with a mouth can bite. Even us, if we feel threatened or endangered, we can bite. But they really will only bite for a couple of reasons. One, if they're hungry, and they typically will only eat things that are about as thick as the thickest part of their bodies. So us as humans are already way too big for them to try to shove down their throats.
Maybe she just smells the pizza. There's pizza in the house.
The other reason would be is if they feel threatened or endangered in some way. And even us as humans, if we feel like we're in danger, we're going to try to do whatever we can to defend ourselves, whether that's biting, scratching, clawing, kicking. And snakes are the same way. So they would actually much rather retreat, slither away, hide from something that's making them feel endangered. But if they can't, then they will resort to biting.
And if they're in the process of eating something, their defenses are gone. That's the only defense they have.
That's when
is
they're
their mouth.
super vulnerable. Yeah, absolutely. So,
well, we want to love our snakes, and you can find them here at the Nashville Zoo. And where's the spot where you can see them in the zoo?
Yeah, so we do have a wonderful snake and reptile collection in our Unseen New World. Candy, however, is an ambassador animal, so she lives behind the scenes, and we bring her out for special educational purposes around the zoo, our special events and programs that we do on and off zoo grounds as well. Like Zoolumination. You're very likely to see Candy out during Zoolumination because since she is a native species, it means that they're a little bit more tolerant to the climates and weather in the colder months of the year. So, and because they're from Tennessee, they'll most likely be better about it than, say, like tropical species.
That's right. We don't have any tropical snakes out that time of year. They can't hack it.
A little too chilly for them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zookeeper Arly. We were so glad to have you. Always so good to have you. And thank you for bringing a snake, another one, a corn snake, everybody. For all of our homeschool kids, I know that you guys always have questions for us, and make sure that you send them to us and leave them in the comments for wherever you're watching this show, and we always come and get them. And I do have a friend of mine who buys a zoo membership every year because she homeschools her daughter.
That's
and
great.
This is part of the science lesson. And there's always something new to learn at the zoo for the science lesson.
That's so fun.
NashvilleZoo.org is where you can get all the information, get your tickets, and don't forget to sign up for Zoolumination right now because those tickets do sell out. Thank you to our sponsors, Kia of Murfreesboro and Busy Bee, HVAC and Plumbing. If you've got a need, you turn on that air conditioner, that heating unit and it doesn't work, call Busy Bee. Can't flush your toilet, call Busy Bee.
That's
whatever
right.
it is.
Now's the time, right? It's the weather's coming in, so now's the time to test that HVAC system. Make sure your heat is working properly. These are great people to call. They'll come out and take a look at it and make sure that everything's tip top. It's time to call. And time to winterize your vehicles. Go get it serviced at Kia of Murfreesboro. See, that's what you do. Yeah. Hey, and don't forget to get your your family passes to the zoo. That's right. You go to NashvilleZoo.org. All the grandma, like we said, the grandma, grandpa passes, we got the family passes, and we've got all the wonderful things to get gifts at your Nashville Zoo. Got all the passes.
Yeah, end of year giving, all the stuff right here, NashvilleZoo.org. Come back and see us. Bye.